high upper echelons. Are we ready?
Yeah, we here now. What up, y'all? Welcome to the pre-show. I got my boy here, but I'm going to do the introductions of the real show. So y'all know I like to do the pre-show just to kind of get our jitters out, get in front of it, like you said, me. Get that stuff out, man. How you been, bro?
I'm good, bro. Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we here for sure. Yeah, y'all don't understand like the vibes in here right now, the setup, all that good stuff. We ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah,
you ready?
They don't understand yet, but y'all gonna see. We were told y'all in the workout video, y'all was gonna see. So,
bro,
we
crazy. Everything
talked about it.
Full circle. I said, bro, we got a lot of stories.
We talked about it,
and I held on to it. I'm like, look,
that's crazy. The power of the tongue, man. Like, when you talk about it, you put the work in, you stay consistent. We did some other projects, and now we here. Like, that's the crazy part. You don't know the path. Like, we always thought go straight here, but now we here. Like, yeah, that's crazy. So
yeah, bro. So how's life, bro? We got all these current events going crazy. January is 2024. January has started off.
Yeah, COVID year. Ain't that what they say? Year of the Mamba.
Crazy stuff.
Mamba's biting 2024 already,
bro. I just got over illness of the flu. You was just saying you had
everybody
flu?
had the flu,
bro.
Flu went around crazy this year. I feel like, and I've never been one to like do the flu shots or anything like that. But when I told you I thought I was dying, like
bro,
for 3 whole days I thought I was done, bro. I was like, this is it. Like, start writing the will up. Like, this is it. This is it. Get the notary in here because it's almost over. But then, you bounce back. But now I'm on my health kick. Like, I've been juicing like crazy because the flu just, I don't know, man. It's a reminder like of how quick things, because like I was good. You know what I mean? I was great.
Exactly.
And then the next day, boom. Like, I couldn't even get out of bed.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
So.
I went from, I felt a little cough. All right, man, this ain't gonna be nothing, to my whole body was shot. Like, I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah. I think as men too, it's a reminder for us sometimes. Like, it was a big reminder for me. Relax. Like, chill out, take a break, because I felt like even through the holidays, you know what I mean? Like, I'm off work, but I didn't really get to take a break, you know what I mean? I'm rushing around trying to get Christmas gifts, and I'm rushing around trying to see family. I think it was like a little reminder for me, even though that 3 days I was kind of, it was like, all right, sometimes you just need to rest and chill and even just sit in it. Like, because even when I was sick, I'm like worried about things that I got to do once I get better. It's like, you know what, worry about that.
Facts.
When you get to it. But I think as men, sometimes we just need that little reminder of just rest your body, listen to your body, because I was going until my body said, you're not getting out of this bed today. Like, I was still going. Like, that's how I found out I was sick, because I was like, I had my little cough, and I was like, let me run to the doctor real quick just to check. They was like, nah. And literally, once they told me, that next morning is when everything, my whole body would hit the fan.
So let me ask you this, bro. Why do you think that we as men go so hard to the point where it'll damn near kill us?
Purpose. Like, I think we believe in our purpose so much sometimes that it's like, get rich or die trying. You know what I mean? That mindset of like, either I'm gonna get here or I'm gonna die on that journey of getting there. Because I think like dying on the journey is just as fulfilling as succeeding it sometimes. You know what I mean? Because I gave it everything I had going towards what I'm trying to accomplish. That it even killed me, but it was like I died on purpose. You know what I mean? Or I died in purpose. Like, so I think sometimes it's that mentality of like, get rich or die trying, man.
So you saying that there are 2 words that I want to give you.
Okay. See, he know words. See, y'all. This a part where you gotta be weird because he know his words. All right. So come on, look. Had to sit up a little bit. Okay.
Because these 2 words can basically kind of mean what you just said.
Okay.
But they have 2 different outcomes.
Got you. Okay. I'm ready.
So you say we like to go based off our purpose and everything, correct? What is the difference between being busy and being productive?
I think it goes down to if you got goals. Because I can be super busy, but if I'm not knocking off any goals, I'm not being productive. You know what I mean? Like, I think they can go hand in hand. You can be busy and productive, or you can just be busy. Like, you can be busy and not be productive all day. And I think that's where we are a lot of times. It's like, we super busy, but we're not really doing nothing. And then we're going out and we're celebrating, but we're not really celebrating anything. So it's like, what are we really working for? But it just goes down to goal setting. I think a lot of times we ain't really setting no goals. It's just, as long as I'm working on this, I'm doing it. But it's like, you should be working towards something at the same time. So I think you can be busy and productive, but you got to see what's your end goal in it. You know what I mean? So,
man, I got this headphone thing in. See, this is why this is the pre-show. But anyway,
who you on the call with?
Right. I agree with you, bro. I think the difference between the two is setting goals and narrowing down what it is that you want. Busy, I think, like, kind of like, we go to the gym, hard work. Yeah. But it's kind of like
hard work for the grand opening too.
For sure. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing, like how he said there's a difference between hard work and working hard.
Yeah, for sure.
And being busy and productive falls under that same category.
Yeah.
I like to look at everything from a formula perspective because it can be applied in many different areas.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, this is a solution-based pod, bro.
This is an accountability pod,
Yeah, this is accountability pod. I'm not the type of person that, get on a podcast and we think we know it all. However,
they should know. They better be tapped in. Bro, they all know.
If you don't know me by now,
stories,
I will throw a monkey wrench and say something wild in there. However, there are guys younger than us that want to get to where we at, but even further.
Yeah.
You saying there's a difference between being busy and productive is setting goals. Yeah. What is your method of setting goals? And just start there. What's your method of setting goals?
So, I'm an engineer by trade. So I always look at what I want to accomplish, right? I go to the end. So I always start at the end. Right? What is going to make me happy? Which result is going to make me happy? So I start there. And then I just break it down backwards. I just go backwards from there. What do I need to accomplish first? And then build back up. So I just deconstruct it from the end goal, and then I just build it back up. But it has to be, and there's a term, SMART goals. Like, if y'all don't know what SMART goals are, look it up. But like, there's a level of learning that goes into goal setting because you can set goals, but if you don't know how to set goals the correct way, you're not going to go anywhere. And I think for me, for a long time, I was setting a lot of goals. I'm talking about vision boards. I'm journaling. I'm writing stuff down. I'm putting Post-it notes on there, but they weren't SMART goals. They weren't really obtainable. It was like, I want to work out, but they weren't really specific. You know what I mean? I want to work out. Yeah, cool. That's a goal. But to make it SMART, I want to work out 3 times a week. I want to work out 3 times a week for 30 minutes. I want to work out 3 times a week for 30 minutes, and I want to make sure I do cardio and lift. Like, once you start breaking it down like that, now it's a little bit more obtainable. I go to the gym, I do cardio, I lift, boom, check mark. You know what I mean? And I know if I do that 2 more times, I done hit my goal. Now I done put that together for the whole week. I done hit the weekly goal. I did that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I done hit my monthly goal. You know what I mean? So it's like stuff like that where you can just take it another step and get everything you want. And I think sometimes we just see that the easy one is just to say, I want to work out. That's the easy way. Yeah, I want to work out. But how specific do you want to be? How fast do you want to do it? You got to measure it. It got to be timely. It got to be accurate. It got to be attainable. It got to be specific. If y'all want to look it up, SMART goals, I got a video on it and everything. So if y'all want to look it up, it's a shameless plug, but I got to look it up, SMART goals. It really is a difference maker of learning how to be successful. It's a difference maker.
For sure, man. I'm gonna throw it in there because everything that you said is very practical, right? Give me a time, because we all have this. I just posted this on my social media of you setting a goal, you being as productive as possible.
Gotcha.
And it didn't work.
And it didn't work?
And it didn't work.
I can give you a couple of those. So let me start by saying it didn't work doesn't mean it wasn't successful, right? Because I launched a clothing line last year. my goal was to do 12 drops. I did 1 drop. Just because of learning. I mean, I'm talking about, I'm designing, I'm on late night calls, I'm doing samples, I'm learning how to ship, I'm learning the business of clothing. And you know, you go into this thing of, oh, I'm gonna do this many drops, I'm gonna drop this many pieces, this many colorways, and I had it all set out, like, and it didn't work because I just didn't realize, I didn't know at the time how much time went into that, how much money actually goes into that. Like, people talk about samples, I'm paying $100, $200 sometimes for a sample. You know what I mean? So when you're going into a project and you're putting your own money up, you think, okay, like, I'm gonna take this little 500, I'm gonna make it, you know what I mean, 10,000 real quick. Like, 500, that's 2 samples, you know what I mean? Plus shipping, you know what I mean? So it's like, I had to humble myself and really understand, okay, maybe 12 isn't obtainable your first ever drop, you know what I mean? But I ended up dropping 1 design, 5 colorways, and I sold out. So I didn't hit my 12, which I put all the work in to hit 12. I made the shirts, I made the designs, I had money set aside, but it didn't work. But I was still successful in doing my first drop and selling out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got to kind of, I could easily look at that and say, you know what, I failed. I could easily look at that and be like, oh, I failed for the year. Like, this clothing line's a bust, da da da. But I'm a silver lining type of person. I chose to look at it, all right, for my first ever drop, I sold out. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's something to build off of versus saying, I didn't get my 12. Because I could easily be like, I can get my 12 and just be down on myself. But where am I go from there?
So within that process of you going through that and you push through.
Yeah, gotta push through.
You looked at it from a different perspective. Were there anybody in your back end helping? Because I think what's being propagated to us to do everything on our own is destructive. Meaning, like, not looking out for each other. Like, for right now, me and you have been knowing each other for a while now, and it's been value for value since the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Not facts.
And
that's for sure.
I believe that is not being pushed on a scale where it's like, okay, bro, I'm not taking anything from you. You know what I'm saying? You got your plate, I got my plate. I'm actually adding to your plate, and you're adding to my plate.
Facts.
So it's like,
giving ideas, we bouncing things off each other.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure.
So in those hard times, did you have anybody to lean on to kind of get you through those frustrating moments?
I didn't have anybody to lean on in that industry, right? I didn't have anybody to lean on in that industry, somebody who was already making clothes and stuff like that. I did have people in my corner that was like, you know, like, kind of reaffirming me, like, yo, you know what, you got a good design. Like, just keep doing your thing. Don't give up on it. I did have that, but I didn't have anybody in that industry. And the thing is I did reach out to people in that industry too. Like, yo, like, what'd you think? Like, what'd you think about this? I even had a couple people steal my ideas. Like, you know what I mean? Steal my designs. Like, I'm talking about, like, you putting out the same thing as I'm putting out, right? So I could have easily been like, yo, bro, out here stealing my idea. Like, oh, he able to do it faster, cheaper, da da da. But, you know, I just stayed on my path and kind of kept going. But I wish I would have had somebody in that industry to be like, yo, you know what, this is what you're doing wrong. Like, or this is my manufacturer, or like something like that. So I ended up investing my own money into like a program just to learn a little bit with some people down in Atlanta. They got the brand called World Envisions, and they do like a mentorship type of thing. So I ended up investing in like a virtual class. It didn't give me everything I needed, but it did give me a little bit of a community to find people who were starting out, who was on the same journey. But I do wish I would have had like almost like a mentor, somebody to be like, yo, this is what you need, or we see what you're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, people, I think, kind of see me as competition, and at some point it's kind of a good thing, you know what I mean? But at another point it's like, well, yeah, I want to be competition, but I also want to succeed too. Like, so I don't want to be the competition to the point where you think you can't fuck with me. I like be competition to the point where we help each other, like you said. Like, so
I agree, but I just dropped the episode of trainers competing against each other, and why do we do that? And you basically took it out of the next question that I was going to ask you when it comes to you getting into that industry we live in a hyper competitive world, especially when it comes to men.
Mm-hmm.
However,
that's all we know.
Right. However, I think it's hyper competitive in a way where the knows, so they help each other out.
Yeah.
While the ones who don't know,
are steady competing with
each other and not getting the information to know, to help, to like grow.
I mean,
with each other.
If you look at our upbringing, it's always competitive, right? I started playing recreational sports when I was 6. Mm-hmm. From the moment I started collecting with guys, I've been competing.
True.
You know what I mean? From the very first time I ever came in as a collective with a group of men, I've been competing. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to break out of that mindset until you really want something. Like when you really want something, you'll humble yourself in a minute just to be like, I want this more than I want competing with you. You know what I mean? I'll lose. I'll be the loser in this situation. If that's what I gotta be to succeed, I'll be the loser because I want this so much more. You know what I mean? But it's just the way we've been conditioned, man. Like you're stepping into the podcast realm where you could easily be competing with people or collaborating with people, and that's really gonna be up to you. You know what I mean? You're gonna grow faster together than you would if you sat here by yourself, episode after episode, by yourself. It's better for you to collab and kind of grow that way, but all we know is competing, especially with other guys. That's all we know.
For sure, I to kind of give my tab in that, I looked at the situation like what you saying. We grow up in this environment where it's hyper competitive, especially towards guys who typically look like us. How you doing? Typically look like us, and then when we finally get out into the real world, which is the war zone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The real zone. Yeah. The real. Yeah.
You'll see somebody who look like you and you'll shut them down just as fast.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and I knew that mindset and how fast it worked, because the system, it works.
Yeah, on site.
So
that's the whole concept of sign is up.
Sign is up.
Yeah, it's up.
Like, everything is, it works. So if I can keep that same formula and apply it to this. Yeah. And be like, hey, look, well, I could have him here. Mm-hmm. I could have this person here. I could have that person here. And we can sit down, no drama, no nothing, talk about something productive. And talk about something where we can both grow together.
Not as fast. Why
can't I do the polar opposite of what they taught us?
Yeah.
Which is, I'll compete. Well, let's collab.
I mean, you can still compete. Like, I think it's motivation, right? Mm-hmm. Competition is motivation sometimes, but it really all depends on that end goal. Again, like, ain't no one person has ever won the championship. You know what I mean? In a team sport, like, and succeeding is a team sport. Like, if you look at it that way, you'll know there's no I in team. Like,
I would even say like something simple as boxing. The boxer is in the ring by itself, but
got a whole team behind.
The whole team is right behind them. You can even say rappers. Like, you have a lot of rappers who are on stage, but you got the producer, you got the DJ, you
engineers,
you
videographers, hype men.
Without them,
shoots, a lot of these people got the writers.
Exactly.
For real.
So it's kind of like, I always say be unique within a unit. Yeah. Bring your value to the table, because that your value is unique that nobody else can bring.
Yeah. And serve. Like, you're gonna have to serve. Like, for everybody watching, if you think that you're just gonna walk into a situation, you're gonna have all the answers, you just gonna walk in, you're gonna be the man, like, you're in for the rudest awakening ever. You're gonna have to serve somebody else's dream, especially if that's what you want to do. Like, I didn't have anybody to fall into when I was building my clothing brand, but I was serving other people's dream. Like, I seen people, I was doing what I wanted. So I would see people building a brand, yo, you should try making content like this. Like, I noticed that this type of content does well. Yo, you should really use this type of music. Oh, I see, you should do a photo shoot for this brand. Why y'all ain't got no photo shoot? I'm giving them value. I'm wearing their clothes. I'm putting their clothes on. Like, I'm taking, because I remember my mom was like, why you wearing other people's clothes? I'm like, she like, you got a whole room full of clothes, like shirts that you made. She like, why you wearing other people's clothes? And I'm like, because I'm showing love. Like, I'm showing love, the same love that I would want somebody with a clothing brand to show me. Like, because I like your piece. Like, if you like my piece, then rock my piece. But you're gonna have to serve somebody else's dream in order to learn, and in order for other people to see, you know what? All right, cool. Like what he putting out to the world, he gonna get back. Like
for sure. I think it's a long term game. Which is delayed gratification.
Yeah. We can get into that too.
But I think that the dark side of that, and we're gonna close it right here. You feel me? Because you gotta get to the next episode. You know what I'm saying? The real episode. But I think the dark side of that is human nature, which is manipulation, and people can use you. Yeah. And if they misuse you, then that's when they start abusing you. Yeah. So it's kind of like you have to be aware.
Yeah, it can't be naive.
For sure. You have to be aware of the game that's being played, because there is a game being played. Yeah. And you know the theme of this is chess. So I always tell you, think before you move. Yeah.
Couple moves.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, man, that was a pre-show.
That's why we can't really. That's why we can't really do this, because the pre-show is not going to ever be enough. Like it's never going to be enough. We talk. Like I don't think people understand. Like we talk. So like we get here and put the cameras on.
It's just y'all
nothing.
here.
That's just y'all here. Yeah, y'all just recording us. Like, but we talk like so that the teasers. Okay. We'll call it the teasers.
So with that being said, man, y'all stay tuned. Check out this video, but then check out the next video.
For sure.
We're going to see y'all on the next episode.
For sure. Bring on the value.